You ever see a horse look at you like he knows all your secrets, like he's seen everything you've tried to hide from the world? That was Thunder, and let me tell you, that horse saw it all. Every cruel word and every tear little Clementine Shaw wiped away behind the barn, thinking nobody'd notice. But on that one morning, Thunder did something nobody, certainly not the town of Copper Ridge, was ready for, and it changed the way folks talked about justice for a long time after. Sometimes I swear animals understand right and wrong clearer than most people ever will. You know what I mean? Day was just breaking when Clementine slipped through the pale gold light toward the stable. Her left cheek, still burning from yesterday's punishment, another plate dropped. Another lesson from Magdalena, her stepmother, who had a temper sharper than barbed wire and a heart colder than a miner's lunch pail. The little girl's bare feet didn't make a sound on that dusty ground as she crept up to Thunder's stall, searching for comfort like she always did. The big black stallion lifted his head when he sensed her, those deep, dark eyes taking in every bruise, every mark, like he was memorizing evidence for a case only he could plead. Clementine pressed her face into his mane, breathing in that mix of hay and leather her own kind of sanctuary, and whispered, "She says I'm worthless, Thunder. Says Papa should have left me at the orphanage." The horse huffed, a soft, warm sound, like he was arguing with every rotten thing that woman ever planted in that child's mind. Then, from the house, came that voice, Magdalena, sharp as ever, calling for breakfast. Clementine's body tensed, her stomach twisting with dread. She knew what was coming, wooden spoon in hand, ready to turn any little thing into a crime. And Thunder? He stamped his hooves, ears pinned flat toward the house, as if he'd been watching this ugly dance for far too long. I guess a horse knows more than you think. Clementine moved toward the house, and Thunder watched every step. Under that glossy midnight coat, his muscles tensed, could smell the fear on her, and it stoked something ancient inside him. But today wasn't going to be like every other day. Something in the air had changed. Magdalena wasn't planning just another beating. She was out to break that little girl, once and for all. At the kitchen window, Magdalena's lips curled into a smile that would make a rattlesnake back away. She'd worn through 3 wooden spoons already this summer, but she was still mad that Clementine found any comfort, especially in that damned horse. That was jealousy, pure and simple. "About time," she snapped as Clementine came in, eggs getting cold, her favorite thing, making the girl jump. Clementine's hands shook as she reached for the skillet, and when the plate slipped just a little, not even spilling, the woman's hand struck like a snake, spoon cracking across the child's knuckles so loud it echoed. But the words hurt worse. Worthless, just like your dead mother. That's the kind of thing that sticks. And then, out of nowhere, Magdalena sneered, "Maybe that horse of yours needs some discipline too." Now, Clementine's fear turned to terror, and she pleaded, "No, please." Thunder didn't do anything, but Magdalena just grabbed that thick leather strap from the door, the same one she used when the spoon wasn't enough. "Get outside," she said, dragging the girl out, intent on showing both girl and horse their place. Neither of them noticed that Thunder's whole posture had changed, head lowered, hoof scraping the dirt, breath coming faster, like a warning drumbeat. Magdalena raised the strap, aiming for Thunder, wanting to hurt the only thing that brought Clementine any comfort. But the blow never landed. In a flash, Thunder's massive head swung, teeth catching the strap midair, ripped it free, and flung it in the dirt, defiant as any outlaw you ever read about. Magdalena stumbled back, white as a sheet, but still grabbed a broken fence post. "I'll teach you to defy me," she screamed. But Thunder stepped forward, slow and sure, like a predator. His eyes burned, his body coiled. Clementine, caught between fear and awe, watched as Thunder dodged Magdalena's swing, the post splintering against the barn. That's when another voice cut in, sharp as a shot. Boone Callahan, the sheriff, astride his horse, drawn by the racket. He sized up the scene real quick, the trembling child, the furious woman, and Thunder standing like a wall. "Ma'am," Boone said, slow and cold, "I'm going to need you to step away from that child." Magdalena tried to play innocent, but Boone's eyes caught everything: the strap on the ground, the bruises on Clementine, the way she huddled by Thunder. This wasn't just a mad animal. This was a guardian on the edge. Boone turned to Clementine. "Can you tell me what happened?" And in a whisper she said she was going to whip Thunder like she whips me, but he stopped her. Magdalena exploded, denying it all, but Boone was done playing. He picked up that strap worn smooth, stained darkened Thunder, took a step toward Magdalena, who fell back, scared for the first time. "That beast is going to kill someone," she shrieked. But Boone just looked at her, hand on his gun, and said, "The only innocent creatures here are this child and that horse." Thunder, sensing the shift, relaxed a hair, but kept his place. Boone ordered Magdalena to walk back to the house. As she did, rage twisted her face, and she lunged for Zeke's hunting rifle, shouting that Thunder was a menace and had to be put down. In a split second, Thunder went from guard to fury. Boone drew his revolver. Magdalena fired from the window, and Boone's bullet shattered the rifle stock, splinters flying. Magdalena screamed, but Thunder wasn't done. He charged the house, hooves smashing porch boards, rearing up, his front legs crashing just inches from her face. She cowered, begging, "Please don't let him kill me." And right there, Thunder looked her in the eye and stepped back. No blood, just a message. Sometimes justice is just showing a predator what it feels like to be prey. As silence fell, Boone holstered his gun, hands shaking. In all his years, he'd never seen a bond like these, a horse that understood justice, a girl finally safe. "You're leaving Copper Ridge today," Boone told Magdalena, "and if you come near this child or this horse again, what happened today'll look like a warning." Magdalena glared, but Thunder stood watch, daring her to try. Clementine finally spoke. "What'll happen when Papa comes home?" Boone knelt beside her. "He loves you, kid. And when he sees the truth, how Thunder protected you'll know what kind of woman he married." But in the house, Magdalena's fury burned. She smashed what she could, then slipped a bottle of rat poison from her dresser, whispering, "One last supper for that devil." As Clementine picked wildflowers and Boone wrote his report, Magdalena crept to the stable, pouring poison into Thunder's feed. But Thunder caught the scent something wrong in the air. He approached without a sound, looming behind her just as she finished. When she turned, the bottle shattered, white powder spilling, and Thunder reared up, his fury unleashed. She screamed, cowered in the corner, and that was how Boone found her. Thunder standing over the poison, Clementine at the door wide-eyed. She tried to poison him. Clementine cried. The truth laid bare at last. Boone arrested Magdalena for animal cruelty and endangerment. Just then, Zeke returned from the mines, confusion turning to heartbreak as he saw the bruises, heard what had been done. He hugged Clementine, whispering, "I'm so sorry. Thunder's been saving you all along." Magdalena was led away in chains, screaming, but her power was broken. Thunder watched, steady and silent, as peace finally settled over the farm. From that day on, folks remembered the story of the stallion, who understood right from wrong better than most people, a horse who loved a child enough to fight for her when no one else would. And now, I gotta ask, if you were Sheriff Boone, would you risk your badge to save a horse, or play it safe and let an innocent creature die? Where do you draw the line between justice and law? Leave a comment and tell me what you do, because stories like this, well, they don't let you walk away easy. If you want to hear what happens next, or believe animals can change a life, stick around. Some bonds go deeper than blood, and sometimes the bravest heart in the room isn't even human.